The time is 16:40 Australian Eastern Daylight Savings Time. The price of Bitcoin is $3,585. We are currently forming a somewhat bull flag, which is when there is a large spike in the price with decent volume. We started with that pump around here. The volume was steadily increasing, and we saw a decent pump of around roughly $100 to $200. The wick ended up at $3,712. If we are to see technical analysis play out, our target should be the length of the flagpole, which would be of around this amount or this size. And for example, if we do break out at some point, we should get a target. If we did break out today, we would make a target of 3,896. However, this pump was the only candle with severe conviction, and this triangle which we have been forming for the past 2 months seems as if we have not yet broken out of the triangle on the upside. Therefore, I would be surprised if we do even break out of this bull flag. However, in the case that we do break out, I would think it is most reasonable to break out to the size of only this pump size, which would take us possibly right on our resistance line. I do not think we can simply go out of this just now, and the longer the price goes down in the channel, in a descending channel, the higher the chance of a breakout to the upside. So it is quite possible for us to come all the way to this point. For example, if we draw our trend line here, and this trend line here, it is definitely possible for us to go inside this range, not this range, not that one, into this range, and I would think that there is a 90% chance that we could break out of this descending channel at the absolute latest point. Why I say that? Because this has been our line of support for the past 2 months. And with decreasing volume, it is definitely possible for us to just hang around in this channel, and then after, as people are expecting, the majority of the people are expecting us to break down after so much downside, we pop back up, then potentially hit somewhere in this area, and most likely touch this area of support, this trend line of support. or simply just descend in a slow and painful manner, break out due to the size of this pole, or even the three candles that were there, come up and then break down. Why do I say break down? I say break down because if we look on the daily, this descending triangle, which happened for the majority of last year, became not very volatile at all. There was no volatility in this area, in this time of period. But then we did not have enough conviction to break out here. Then we were in a period of uncertainty. The market decided that this was a time to break down, and therefore we broke down out of this triangle. This isn't a descending triangle, it's more of a neutral one. However, since I have a target of $1,000, it is very possible for us to have this descending volume, as we can see here with this trend line. Very possible for us to have very little volatility, and then towards the end of February, potentially on the date of a ETF approval, we pump up temporarily. People think that the ETF was going to be the glory for Bitcoin, and it may well be. But what happens when the people look at the approval, if it happens, and then we pump up, but then there's not much after that, and then people start to lose hope, and then we start the capitulation. Because I believe in $100,000 being this year, I'd also believe that this was definitely a bubble, a hyperwave, and we must return to the origin being $1,000. If there is a candle that is larger than this for the capitulation, which it will be, because the capitulation is usually of bigger volume than of any other candle of volume, bigger than the market top or bigger than this one. Capitulation, remember, is when people give up, surrender, lose hope, lose all hope. That is also the time of maximum financial opportunity. Historically, Bitcoin has bottomed on the 14th or 15th of a particular month. Or it can also drop on the 14th or 15th of a particular month. We saw this happen last November, last year, 14th. What a coincidence. I'm not saying that it will bottom next month in almost exactly 1 month, but it is definitely possible. Since we look here, January 13th, 14th, 15th, 14th and 15th of January 2015. It is very possible, and I would not be surprised if Bitcoin either dropped before that or if we hit capitulation and hit $1,000 on that date. it would not surprise me. For that reason, if I had to put a date on the bottom price for Bitcoin, I would be fairly confident, not too confident, but I would be not surprised. I would not be surprised if we started to either capitulate or if we were hitting the bottom around this period of the year, the 14th or 15th of a given month. And 1 month of little volatility followed by a massive volume spike, which is likely if we see capitulation. Capitulation last time for 2015 was a negative 37% loss on Bitcoin. I would not be surprised, and in fact, I am fairly confident that if Bitcoin decides, or if Bitcoin does fall, that it would be the capitulation, and we will see severe losses in both Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, Litecoin, and other cryptocurrencies. The change will be plus 25% in the red. I personally would think that the bottom could and probably will be on the 14th or 15th of March. It seems that, or even April, but we do need time to get to 100k. And if we were to do it in June or July, it would seem a bit ludicrous because it would only give half a year to go up $90,000 plus. Therefore, we need time to hit $100,000. I personally think the 14th or 15th of either this month, of March, or April could be a reasonable time to bottom. I say March since on the last drop we were about that far from the actual ending of the triangle. If we put that here, look at this. Just look at that. I can zoom in if you want. If we start to drop 3,000, bear flag, 2.8, bear flag, 2k, bear flag, 1.5, bear flag, 1k. That is very possible. Because we didn't drop on the absolute final date of that triangle finishing. So it is definitely possible for us to break out at that time. Both the moving averages are increasingly coming up. The 200 weekly moving average has proved to be support. However, if we do break that, we will be going down severe, extreme, and very fast. If I had to give an estimate for the candle size of the capitulation, for example, on the 14th, let's just say 18th, because on the weekly it doesn't let us do the 15th, it could be as much as that much of a candle, or potentially even more. Capitulation is when everyone loses hope. I hope you learned something from this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Smash the like button, please. Smash the like button. And smash the like button if you want to buy Bitcoin at $1,000. The opportunity of a lifetime. Have a great day, and peace.